Well, today's summer break episode is going to be a little bit different than usual because the question now is not how can we improve the La Rosa squad. The question is, will we still be managing La Rosa when this episode is over? Let's find out. Hey guys, my name is Jochen and welcome to part 35 of Iberian Sun, a football manager adventure played on Google Stadia. If you're enjoying this series so far, don't forget to show me some support by liking the video and subscribe to my channel for more football manager content. Now, as I mentioned in the intro and also explained last episode, I am planning on switching clubs because I think it is really time for a step up in the series, and by a step up I mean either Porto or Benfica in Portugal, or a Spanish team, probably not Real Madrid or Barcelona yet, but for example Atletico Madrid, maybe Sevilla, I'm not sure. We'll see where this episode gets us, but that is the plan. But of course first, let's just, as we always do, have a look at the end of season stuff at La Rosa. Let's first have a look at the players that are inducted into the overall best 11 at Lusitania La Rosa. I think pretty much everyone is still at the club except for Medaglia, for example. He is playing in the second league in Portugal at Sporting Covilhã. Ministro is retired. I don't think, is that his age when they retired? I'm not sure. Not that old, but retired nonetheless. Bonani, our left winger who had a career season I think in the second league, yep, here we go, 15 assists in that season. He is currently at SAM, a Brazilian second division team, and he's not even their key player, so I'm not sure if Bonani did the right thing, and now that I think about it, I simply let him go, so it was not really a choice, Jochen, come on. Marcel Lewis, he is coming back this summer. He went back to Chelsea because he was here on loan a couple of seasons ago. He is coming back on a permanent base this summer to La Rosa. Diego Raposo, we all know him. And of course, Pietro Pellegrini, we are saying goodbye to him. He is going to Man United, but at least he gets inducted in the best overall 11. Now let's have a look at the end of season awards at La Rosa. Fans Player of the Season, and this is a closer competition than it normally is, or was at least up until this point. Pietro Pellegrini takes home the Fans Player of the Season, 34%. Daniel Borges in a very good second position with 28%, and Diego Raposo completes the top 3. Goal of the season, Alvaro Barreal. Let's have a look. And I think I know which one this is. It's like the curly shot in the left upper corner, if I'm not mistaken. There we go. Yep, this is it. And bam. Very nice goal. I agree. Good stuff from Barreal. Signing of the season, Antonio Peralta. And this is a surprise, I would say. Although he is in fact a signing. Another loanee coming in, so yeah, he didn't play that much, did he? 14 appearances, 3 goals, 2 assists, 7.16 average rating. Okay, not that shabby at all. Young player of the season, Kylian Sardella, and I totally agree, he had a killer of a season as a right wing back, but he is of course a loanee and not here on a permanent base. Otherwise he would have been signing of the season without any doubt. 20 appearances, 1 goal, 4 assists, and a 7.56 average rating. Wowee. Now let's have a look at the stats. Top goal scorer, of course, Pietro Pellegrini, 23 goals, which is a club record, by the way. We'll get back to that later. Highest average rating, Patrick Berg, also had a good season. Most assists, Diego Raposo with 12. Best pass completion, Mingueza, and I think he didn't really play that much. There you go, 10 appearances. But still, did a lot of good passing. What else do we have? Most player of the match awards, Diego Raposo with 5. And then our tackling Belgian friend, Wout Vaas, most yellow cards with 14. And 3 red cards. He is quite the Roy Keane, isn't he? And of course, in short, we had an awesome, overachieving, I would still say, season. with Lusitania La Rosa. We finished 4th, so we qualified for the Euro Cup 2, but then we won the Cup and we qualified for the Euro Cup, or the Europa League if you will. So I think this says it all. Lusitania La Rosa were one of the competition's feel-good stories. Boom. Now we already saw that Barreal had the goal of the season at La Rosa, but somehow Daniel Borges still manages to have the goal of the year in the whole of Portugal. Let's have a look at his fierce effort from 27 yards out. Now I'm not really sure what goal this is because he scored a couple of them, of course. There we go. Oh, it's the one-timer. Okay. I'm not sure. I think he literally in this season alone has scored prettier goals than this. But who are we? Good on you, Daniel. And here we go. As I already mentioned, Pellegrini breaks the goal-scoring record with 23 goals for La Rosa. The previous top goal scorer was Frank Correa, and he is currently at Famalicão. And if I'm not mistaken, they were champions in the Portuguese second league, so we will probably have a little rendezvous next season with Frank Correa, wherever we are, at least if we are still in Portugal. Now, as far as the commercial summary goes, I think everything is pretty much the same as last year. A little bit more, of course, since we did better in some competitions, and that is also why we have a lot more prize money coming in. 5.5 million versus £309,000 last year. Merchandise wise, we have the one and only Pietro Pellegrini as the top selling jersey. To be expected since he is our top goal scorer. Berg is in second position, Diego Raposo in third, and Petkov and Pardo finish off that top 5. Now, as far as transfers go, I already showed you in some of the previous episodes every single transfer that is coming in, at this point at least, in the summer. I also managed to extend the loan of Martin Petkov. He's a 20-year-old wonder kid by now, and he's a very good player. It's as simple as that. I think La Rosa really needs him at front, especially now Pellegrini is leaving. So I don't think it is that bad of a deal that he is going to be at La Rosa for at least one more season. We have a quick look at the team report at La Rosa. I think mainly another winger is very much welcome. In midfield we are more than okay, and in the defense, I, to be honest, would have thought that Badiashile was better than Wout Faes, but apparently he isn't, so maybe another central defender, and most certainly a very good left and or right wing back. Sardella is too expensive. I tried again, but they want like 10 million for him. So he's too expensive. I don't know who to get for the left wing back position, but that is a position that might need some strengthening. Now, while I'm playing on, I am almost daily checking the job center list because I am quite confident that Porto is going to be on here, and if they are, I'm gonna jump on them like a fly on you know what. And there we go. We are the 22nd of June and Porto is on the list, and I was almost right. If we have a quick look at their manager history, Luis Enrique was their manager. He didn't get sacked as I would have hoped / anticipated, but he left his manager role to go manage Borussia Dortmund, which I might even get, to be honest. Doesn't really matter. The Porto job is available, so let me just bam, apply please. Yes, I should have a mail in my inbox. There we go. Declare interest in job, and I know that the board will probably complain, but I really don't care. Don't mind if I do. We are exactly 1 week after I applied for the Porto job, and the fans consider me the leading candidate. What do you know? Now, I once again tried to sign Sardella, but it's simply too expensive. I can't afford him at La Rosa. Who knows? If Porto hires me, that might open up some possibilities. Same story goes for this guy, Marinko Filipovic. He's 19 years old. He's a Serbian international. Not yet fully scouted, but he had a very good scout report. He would be our best defender, especially now Josh Knight is also going to be leaving us in a couple of days. So he is very much a prospect that I or would like to sign at La Rosa, or if I go to Porto, keep an eye out for him. Oh damn, we applied for the job on June 22nd. On June 25th, I think, the fans said that we were the leading candidate. And today, on July 2nd, we have been invited for an interview at FC Porto. Attend interview, please. I am glad you've given me the chance. Blah blah blah. Let me see. So far, we manage one team. I always choose the first one here, to be honest. Bam. Some people might have inclined taken risk by leaving. A safe job, a bigger challenge. Same story. First one. Our new manager will have considerable resources, me likey, available to build their team. Just give me a hefty transfer budget, man. Just do it. Part of a recruitment process, we are willing to allow you to request changes. Nope. Don't wish to propose any changes. Let's have a look at the club culture. Sign high reputation players. Don't mind if I do. Play attacking football. Yes, please. Develop players using the club's youth system. If there's one thing you can and should do when managing Porto, it is just that, isn't it? 5-year plan, ongoing, work within wage budget, blah blah blah, Champions League, reach group stage, okay. Qualify for the Champions League, so that's basically what, like top 3? Fine with me. Continue qualifying for the Champions League. Pretty simple plan and perfectly acceptable. Should you be hired, the expectation is for the club to compete for a Champions League qualification berth. I think that's a very realistic expectation. Ooh. I expected more, to be honest, but let's just play along. Realistic and would give me the funds needed. Yep, even if it isn't, let's just play along. Whoa, a wage budget of £1,616,000 a week. That is literally 4 times the wage budget at La Rosa. I am more than happy to work with it. Yes, sir. Do you have anything for us to consider should we decide to hire you? Let's once again play along and not be too hard on them. I have no requests. That concludes the interview. Thank you very much for an enlightening discussion. That sounds good, doesn't it? We will be in touch. Holy smoke balls. Fingers crossed. Now, a couple of guys that caught my attention when I was looking for an extra winger at La Rosa. To bring in on loan, mind you. Marvin Watiao is the first one at Man City, 18 years old, a wonder kid, and a fully natural left winger. Same story, Bruno Tavares, 21 years old Portuguese guy, an inside forward / inverted winger on the right at Napoli. Basically, a good player would be a quality signing. I'm not going to sign him. I'm going to try and loan him, Football Manager. And the last one, but certainly not least, and although I didn't scout him completely, but I mean, technique between 16 and 20, that's enough for me, really. He's a winger, though. He's right-footed, so I'm not sure in the La Rosa system if he fits in that well. But maybe one of these 3 guys can also come with us, or be loaned when we are managing Porto. Who knows? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the moment has arrived. The day has finally come. A sad day because we are leaving La Rosa, but also a very bright day because we are proceeding to the second club in Iberian Sun, FC Porto. At least they are offering me a contract. Let's start negotiations. Start date immediately. Yes, please. Contract length 3 years. Whatever. Wage, I am curious to see what I have now. 6.5k a week. And they are offering 11. Should we try for double? Like 13,000 pounds a week. Suggest terms. Ooh. They're quite stubborn and I'm not going to push them any longer. Fine with me, guys. The same club vision and requirements that we already saw in the interview. So I am going to finalize the deal and we are heading to Porto. Bam. We are getting some breaking news. FC Porto, that is, hire Leyodemus. Now, Let me see, we'll be looking for a new manager. La Rosa will be paid £450,000 in compensation for Leyodemus. I'm not going to spend too much attention on this because we all know Porto, right? But look at this, state-of-the-art training facilities, state-of-the-art youth facilities, exceptional youth recruitment. One of the reasons why Porto and Benfica is the same story, to be honest, are that much fun to manage is because of just this. So next please, we'll have a look at the team later. Next, we already saw this. Next, confirm. I'll do some press, don't mind that. Confirm. And so the screen is no longer yellow and black, but it is blue and white. I'm very glad that Porto is the second club that we are managing in Iberian Sun, because even more than Benfica, I think this is the logical next step in our managing career in this save. Now it is July 7th at this moment in the game. We will have a look at the current Porto squad. Maybe they already brought in some transfers, I have no idea. And then we'll of course have a look at how we will try and improve the squad before the season starts. So without further ado, let's do this. Alrighty, the transfer stories that are still ongoing at this moment. Let me see, transfer offer made. Marcos Roberto from Ferroviaria. Damn. He is an 18-year-old Brazilian guy. Doesn't look that spectacular, to be honest. He's quite tall. He's a pressing forward in the defensive role. Fully naturally. Is he also in a... Okay. I might, position-wise, I could use him, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure why that he's valued at £150. I'm not sure why Porto went after him, but we'll find out. I'm just going to let the transfer happen since it's £5,000. I mean, come on. Second on the list, a transfer that is already set in stone, but is going through on the 1st of January of next year for £4.4 million from Botafogo, I think. Diogo, a 17-year-old Brazilian advanced forward, and he is looking a little bit better than the previous guy. I'll have to give him that. He's valued at £62,000. Then 4.4 million seems a lot, unless of course he is some kind of hidden wonder kid, although it doesn't say that. But set in stone, we will meet him when January comes. Now there were 3 guys already transferred in before we arrived at the club. The first one, Jorge Colman, comes in for £20,500 from San Telmo, and he is an 18-year-old Argentinian guy, and I'm not sure what Porto saw in him. So he'll probably never reach the first team if I see this. He is in our under 23 squad at the moment, and he's probably going to stay there. Second on the list, coming in for free from Glasgow Rangers, Kane Richie Hostler. I have never heard of this guy, but that could be me, because he is at Man City in real life, or at Rangers probably now. But I've never heard of him. He is a complete and an advanced forward, fully natural. And he has pretty decent stats. He's pretty fast, he has good dribbling, he's good heading. He's not the smallest of strikers, so I'm liking this transfer, especially since he's coming in for free. 2.5-star current ability, a possible 4-star potential ability. I can work with that. Last on the list is Thiago Benha, comes in from the Brazilian 2nd Division club CRI for £1.2 million. He is a decent player, has a potential ability of almost 5 stars, but he plays in a position, the DM, that I am not using, to be honest. So I think, or I am going to retrain him to be an MC, or I might loan him out. And I think in this case I might loan him out because he is only 18, so there's a lot of time left for his development. He's a good player, but I'll probably not be using him right away. Now if we have a look at the squad list, and I have sorted by wage, because my intention is to get rid of some very high paid players like Aubameyang, Jesus Corona, what's in a name, Mateus Uribe is also listed at this point, and Sergio Oliveira. They were listed before I arrived, don't get me wrong, but I would have done the same thing because I think it's simply ridiculous to pay Pierre-Emerick this amount of wage every week. He's 34. Of course, he is an experienced striker and he is still pretty decent. I prefer to play some young players, and as you will see in a minute, we have some of those. Now, before I dive into the transfer market, let's have a look at the team report, because there are some positions that I think will need some strengthening. First of all, the striker position. You might argue, oh, you have like Nunez is 3.5 stars, all the rest is 3 stars. Aubameyang is going to be gone, so let's filter him out. Cuevas, Gomez and Nunez are 3 wonder kids, but they can mostly play, especially Nunez I think, as an attacking midfielder, so the number 10 position, which I don't use. So I am not sure what to do striker wise. I might bring in another striker depending on how much money I have. And if some players are getting unhappy, like Conceição for example, who we had at La Rosa, I would really love to keep him because I think he is a very decent right winger. But for some reason he's unhappy. I'm not sure why yet. We'll figure it out. But I think Corona is going to be gone here. I think as far as right wing goes, I really need a star player there. I think left wing wise we are more than okay with Otavio and Soteldo. Also Cardozo is a very good up and coming left winger, and he is also a left wing back, so good on him. In midfield we are more than okay. We have the Era brothers, Pereira, Ferreira and Oliveira. Sweet lord, that's going to be interesting to pronounce. Also we have Sosa and Valente. We are more than set in the midfield. If we have a look at the defense, in the center we are more than okay. On the left side, same story, because we have Felipe Jonathan, who is 3.5 star current ability. I think the only maybe weak spot in our defense is our right side. We have Mandy or Mondi, but he is mostly defensive minded, and I do really need an attacking / supporting wing back, so I might look for a new player, and I have one in my mind already. You probably know who it is. Goalkeeper wise, we are more than set with Diogo Costa. He is basically the best player in our squad, and he is the current international keeper for Portugal. So guys, it is now the 7th of July in game. I am going to play on until the 9th of August, because then we have the first game of any importance, and that's when probably the episode will end. So I have about 1 month to come up with the best possible squad at Porto to hopefully make you guys proud. Holy crab cakes, what an eventful transfer month that was. I mean, damn. Total outgoing transfers 61 million, total incoming transfers 65 million. So I didn't overdo it, should you be wondering. But I think I really enhanced and strengthened the Porto squad, which was already quite awesome. Some outgoing transfers that I would really like to highlight are Aubameyang goes to Dynamo Kiev for 3.8 million. Jesus Corona goes to Shakhtar for 11 million. Sergio Oliveira for 14.25 million guacs goes to Norwich. And I think the last one, yep, here he is, Mamadou Loum, which is same story basically. He's a very good player, especially physical. But I simply can't use him at this position. He's already 26, so retraining him is also nah. So I decided to sell him to Torino for a possible £16.5 million. Of course, with all that money coming in, I could do some damage on the market. So these are the players that came in. This guy is that Marcus Roberto guy that was already set in stone. He was valued like what, £150 or whatever. Yeah, if you look at his star ratings, it is obvious why. He is at our under 23 squad now, and he will probably never see first team daylight. We brought in from Grêmio, at least I think that's Grêmio, for £15.5 million our new starting right winger, Josanir. He is an 18-year-old Brazilian wonder kid, as if we needed that at Porto, right? But he is here. He is a fully natural inside forward on the right, so perfect for our system. 3-star current ability and a possible potential ability of 4.5 stars. Second on the list, and I covered this guy in the beginning of the episode while I was still at La Rosa, Marvin Watiao comes in on loan as an extra winger on the left from Man City. 18-year-old wonder kid, 2.5-star current ability, a possible 5-star potential ability. He's not going to be our starting left winger or anything, but he is a good guy to have as a backup. Next up, Gilberto Basilio coming in from Flamengo, the Brazilian side, for 8.25 million. He is a defensive midfielder, and I know that I said I don't use this position, I know. But look at his stats, he is also a wonder kid. He is a 3.5-star current ability player. And this story is different. I am going to play this guy in my squad with the current tactics as an MC, deep-lying playmaker in a defensive duty. At the same time, I am going to retrain him for that very position. So by doing that, I hope that at the end of the first season even, we can see some yellow/greenish color appearing right here. I'm not sure, but I really love this guy's stats. I love his current ability, I love his potential ability. He's only 19, he's capped at under 21 level for Brazil, also important. I am expecting a lot from Gilberto. Next up on the list, another familiar name/face coming in from Partizan for £3 million, Marinko Filipovic. I know that I had basically had arranged a transfer for him coming into La Rosa. At a certain point, of course, I knew I was going to Porto, so I was kind of the bad guy there and decided to cancel that transfer to La Rosa to do just this, because at that point he was also fully scouted, and it turned out to be he was an actual wonder kid. He has a 3.5-star current ability with a possible 4.5-star potential ability. He's 19 years old, he's an international, and he's a central defender. He's not the biggest of defenders, but as an extra, I am trying to retrain him as a right wingback because his defensive stats are already off the charts, especially his physical stats. So now I am trying to fine-tune in his training, his supporting and his attacking stats. So we might have a future star right wingback in our hands. Now let's first take this last guy on the list because you know him. Kylian Sardella comes in from Anderlecht for £12 million, which I couldn't afford at La Rosa, but I can afford at Porto. So he comes in, and if you have a look at the report, he is our best right wingback. So say hello to Kylian. He will be our starting right wingback for Porto in this first season. And last but certainly not least, and I know you have already spotted his name, Mason Greenwood coming in from Man United for £25.5 million. Since Man United stole Pellegrini from us when we were at La Rosa, I am returning the favor and then some. They transfer listed Greenwood because I don't think he would have been a transfer target for me if they hadn't transfer listed him. But they did, and £25.5 million for Greenwood is an absolute steal. Also, I managed to sign him under a squad player contract, which is insane, although he does earn 72k a week. But it's really insane that he decided to sign the contract since it is only a squad player contract. Of course, we all know him. He hasn't been capped. I think he literally made his debut today or is going to make his debut in real life for England. Hasn't been capped at this point, but he's a fully natural advanced forward. And I did start a Man United save when FM20 just came out. And he can also, if you retrain him a little bit, be an absolute beast at the right inside forward position. So I might do just that. So to wrap up this episode and all the transfer madness that went on, let's have a look at the team report 2.0 at Porto. At striker position we are spoiled really. I mean, Nunez, Gomez, Greenwood, Cuevas, all 3.5 or 3-star current ability. Left wing is basically the same as it was. Otavio and Soteldo are our two main guys there. Right wing we have also Otavio, but Josenir is going to be our starter. And I maybe expected him to be a little bit more than 3 stars at this point. But I think since he has a potential ability of almost 5 stars, we're going to be okay. In the center of midfield, I did absolutely nothing since we were more than okay when we started here. And defense-wise, it is probably mainly Sardella, which is the big addition here. He is our starter on the right wing-back position. In the center of defense, we have Diogo Leite, Denayer, Filipovic, and also Sardella, who is a 3.5-star current ability central defender also. I did not even know that. But he will be our right wing-back, so let's get him out of here. We do have Vinyas Mandi, who is our backup right wing-back, and also play in the center. More than enough choices there. On the left-hand side, it is the same as it was. Felipe Jonathan is going to be our starter. And of course also Diego Costa. Goalkeeper-wise, nothing has changed because we probably have the best goalkeeper in the whole of Portugal. If he does get injured though, we are pretty much screwed. So guys, that wraps up this eventful summer break episode. I think we are going to be, no, I know we are going to be back for the Rangers game. Not the first one, I'm going to play this one off camera. But in the next episode, I will show you the Rangers game and probably the first league game against Portimonense. Stay tuned. So guys, that was it for today's video. I really hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. I am super excited to have a new logo in this screen and to have our second club within Iberian Sun. If you've enjoyed the video, leave me a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more Football Manager content. Connect with me down in the comment section or use the social media links that I have put in the description. I thank you for watching and I will see you with FC Porto very soon.